Andrew Berry didn't just update the Browns' depth chart, he detonated it. It felt less like a routine roster shift and more like someone pulled the pin and tossed a live grenade straight into the heart of Cleveland's quarterback room. One moment, the Browns had a quiet, predictable path ahead with Dylan Gabriel penciled in as the calm hand veteran presence. The next moment, Cleveland was watching the front office slide Shedeur Sanders into the spotlight, pushing Gabriel to the side like a character written out of a show mid-season. It was abrupt, loud, and chaotic, and it sent a jolt of electricity through the entire fan base. Shedeur wasn't eased into his new role. He was launched into it, skipping the line like a superstar walking into a stadium with cameras snapping and fans screaming before he even touched the field. This wasn't a subtle move. It wasn't calculated in the way traditional teams make quarterback decisions. It was Cleveland doing what Cleveland is best, rewriting the script in the most dramatic way possible. The Browns had every opportunity to take the safe, stable route. They could have followed the conventional model. They could have done what most franchises do, let the reliable, seasoned quarterback run the show. But Andrew Berry wasn't interested in normal. He wasn't interested in careful development arcs or smooth transitions. He chose the path that promised shock, headlines, and instant attention. In one bold motion, he turned a basic roster decision into the opening act of the NFL's next big storyline. The truth is the Browns needed something to shake them awake. For years, fans have watched quarterbacks cycle through the franchise like a revolving door that never stops spinning. Predictability has never been Cleveland's brand. Chaos has. So choosing Shedeur Sanders over Dylan Gabriel wasn't just a swap of talent. It was a declaration of identity. Shedeur represents a new era, a new spark, a new source of hope wrapped in swagger, promise, and the kind of aura that draws in cameras before he even throws a pass. He carries a last name that vibrates through the football world, a built-in legacy shaped by a father who turned the game into an empire. And whether people love it or hate it, that name alone brings an energy Cleveland hasn't felt in years. But this decision wasn't just about hype. There was a deeper, more calculated fire behind it. Andrew Berry has watched the Browns chase the safe route over and over, only to find themselves stuck in mediocrity or buried under disappointment. This time, he chose risk with intention. He chose volatility with purpose. Shedeur Sanders represents a high-risk, high-reward archetype that Cleveland hasn't dared to embrace in years. His playmaking style, his resilience, and his magnetic presence all point to someone who doesn't crumble under pressure but thrives in it. He survived behind one of the weakest offensive lines in college football, navigating chaos like it was part of the playbook, still delivering throws that looked impossible under the circumstances. A quarterback who refuses to fold in chaos is exactly the type Berry wanted to anchor this franchise. Still, Dylan Gabriel's presence keeps this entire situation simmering. He's the steady one, the experienced one, the quarterback you can trust not to melt under pressure. And that's what makes this decision even more explosive. Gabriel wasn't beaten out by poor performance. He wasn't outclassed by experience. He was overshadowed by potential, charisma, and the gravitational pull of a player whose very presence changes the atmosphere in the room. Gabriel is good enough to start in multiple NFL cities. But in Cleveland, he suddenly feels like the well-liked supporting actor in a show that just introduced a new lead with blockbuster energy. And that dynamic guarantees one thing: pure entertainment from the moment training camp begins. This entire shift breathes life into the franchise in ways numbers and analytics can't fully capture. Cleveland has been starved for a quarterback to rally behind, someone to transform the spirit of the fan base. They've endured decades of false starts, heartbreaks, and almost heroes who faded into the long list of names fans would rather forget. Shedeur Sanders disrupts that pattern. He represents something new, something unpredictable, something with the potential to ignite hope again. Whether it's the right move or not, it's a move that makes people feel something. And in sports, emotion is currency. Of course, critics are circling the decision with pitchforks and clipboards, insisting Shedeur isn't ready and Gabriel deserves the starting job. They want gradual development, safety-first planning, and a meticulous grooming process. But Andrew Berry is done with that era. He didn't bring Shedeur Sanders to Cleveland to watch him hold a clipboard. He didn't sign him to bury him behind a veteran. He didn't stake his reputation on a player destined to ease his way into the league. Barry brought Shedeur here to lead, to shock the league, and to reshape the Browns' identity. The kid has lived under pressure his entire life. Pressure doesn't break him. It fuels him. And Barry knows it. Cleveland's roster, culture, and fan base are all hungry for a spark, and Shedeur carries the kind of intensity and charisma that can flip an entire building upside down. From the front office to the locker room, from the training field to the dog pound, this shift feels seismic. Players can sense momentum. They can feel when a quarterback walks in with a presence that elevates the air around him. And Shedeur doesn't walk into a room quietly. He takes it over. His confidence isn't arrogance. It's the kind of aura that makes teammates stand taller and opponents take notice. And on the marketing side, the impact is undeniable. Shedeur Sanders makes Cleveland relevant again. Primetime coverage, national debates, jersey sales, fan energy, media buzz. All of it skyrockets the moment he steps onto the field. The Browns aren't just competing for wins. They're competing for attention, influence, and cultural impact. Shedeur gives them access to all three. In the end, this move isn't safe. It isn't conservative. It isn't traditional. And that's exactly why it might work. Andrew Barry has thrown out the old playbook that kept Cleveland stuck in the mud for decades. He's chosen a path filled with risk, fire, and the potential for a franchise-defining transformation. Whether it delivers glory or disaster, it guarantees a season the world won't stop talking about. The Browns finally have a reason to believe again. They finally have a story worth watching. And Shedeur Sanders now carries the weight of a city that desperately wants this gamble to be the one that changes everything. If you're ready to follow every twist, every throw, and every jolt of chaos this story brings, make sure to hit that like button, share your thoughts in the comments, and subscribe for more deep dives just like this. Cleveland's quarterback revolution is just beginning, and you won't want to miss where it goes next.